how's it going? It's Ultimus, and I'm extremely tired, and this is the third time I've attempted to record this video because OBS hates me. So, that in mind, let's go ahead and check out Maw of the Damned, the Blood Death Knight artifact weapon. Equip effect is your harmful attacks have a chance to deal 100% of spell power, plus 100% of attack power, blood damage, and increase your health by 15% for 10 seconds, which actually sounds pretty strong for a random equip effect. I mean, it's the chance on it, so who knows what the RNG is going to be like or the internal cooldown, but definitely a Death Knight appropriate or Blood Death Knight appropriate artifact ability for sure. Looking at consumption, active mitigation, instant with the 45-second cooldown. Its focus is dark power into a strike that deals 270% physical damage and heals you for 50% of all damage taken in the last 12 seconds. And it's going to be a minimum of 14% of maximum health. So essentially, that's going to be basically a death strike, just a more powerful version is what it's going to look like. And just bigger numbers, essentially. So, Dance of Darkness increases the duration of your dancing rune weapon by 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 6 seconds. Vampiric Fangs increases the maximum hit points granted by vampiric blood by an additional 5% and increases healing received by an additional 10%, 20%, 30%, and that vampiric blood goes up to 15%. That alone, I think, is going to increase your relationship with healers, because it's going to make their heals more effective on you. You know, their heals are either going to cost less because of how they're working, and then they're going to be 30% more effective on you as a Blood Death Knight. That means their mana goes a lot farther. So in raid fights, that's going to be a big deal. Bonebreaker increases the damage of your Morrowind by 5%, 10%, 15%. Iron Heart increases your armor by 3%, 6%, 10%. Makes sense. Mouth of Hell. Your dancing rune weapon summons a second copy of Maw of the Damned. Get behind that. So basically, you're going to have, what, 3 weapons? Your weapon, the dancing rune weapon, plus the Maw of the Damned clone. It's kind of cool. I wonder if obviously it would have to, because it's not just going to be cosmetic, because that would be a major letdown. But I wonder what the damage is going to be like for this second copy of Maw of the Damned. Just curious. It's always interesting to see what this stuff is going to look like in actuality rather than just on paper here. Vein Render increases the damage dealt by your blood strike by 10%, 20%, 30%. Coagulopathy. We're going to go with that one. I think that's how that's read. I'm surprised I even said that. I'm amazed. It's 3 a.m. and I can still read. Increases the damage dealt by your blood plague by 10%, 20%, 30%. So, more blood damage. Delicious. Grim Fortitude reduces the damage you take by 3%. Okay, I was wondering where that one was going to be. All-Consuming Rot increases the damage of your death and decay by 10, 20, 30%. Skeletal Shattering. Let's take a look at this one. Your Bone Shield now has a chance equal to your critical strike chance to prevent 50% damage on a hit. Now, I don't know if this one's been finalized yet with the NYI in the brackets up there, but Bone Shield, because I mean, I feel like Bone Shield is something for a while you've always wanted to keep up on your Death Knight. It was just like Battle Shout, more or less, and like Horn of Winter, you just always kept it up when you could. However, I think that would depend on how I'm reading this. How I'm reading it, though, is that because the Bone Shield has charges on it, and so Bone Shield has a chance equal to your critical strike chance to prevent 50% damage on a hit. So whatever your crit chance is, that's how many percentage, that's the chance you're going to have also to proc this effect. Now, is that going to be per charge, or is Blood or Bone Shield being reworked now to where it's just the one shield? And if so, either way, I want to know what the internal cooldown on that is. I mean, I guess it would, well, no, I guess it wouldn't be directly just related to your crit chance either. Because there would have to be an internal cooldown on it. I feel like there's no way you could just let it constantly reset itself on each proc. But, so it looks like, I mean, what do Blood Death Knight stack right now anyways? Mastery, I'm pretty sure, right? Mastery and crit, I guess? Maybe? I don't know. Mastery and versatility? Or maybe it's, isn't actually, no, I think it's Mastery and multi-strike now that I think about it. Don't quote me on that, though. I'm not a Blood Death Knight professional. I'm just actually speculating. So with this, I mean, then are you going to want to stack crit as a Blood Death Knight? I don't know, sounds like it if it's directly built into your artifact weapon. Meat Shield increases your stamina by 3%, 6%, 10%. That's what my arena partners call me, the Meat Shield. Like you, go take the damage. We'll heal you sometimes. Unending Thirst. When your blood shield expires, deal damage equal to half your missing health to your enemy. Gain health equal to the damage you dealt. So when Bone Shield's done, you're going to heal yourself for an amount that's equal to half of your health that's been missing. So you're going to deal damage equal to half of the health that's been missing. And then you're going to heal yourself equal to the damage you deal. So, see, and that right there makes me wonder how they're reworking Bone Shield. And I probably should look it up right now, but I don't have the page open. I mean, stuff like this makes me wonder if you're going to want to wait and use Bone Shield when you're at a lower health percentile rather than keeping it up at all times, just to make it more effective. But at the same time, I don't know how low you're going to want to let yourself get and hoping you get those procs. I don't know. But again, maybe it's like that high risk, high reward factor. Looking at Rattling Bones, Marrow Rend generates an additional charge of Bone Shield. Works for me. Yeah, so it is going to be charges. Okay, so that right there answers my question. Charges, how many? That's yet to be seen. But so more charges means more chances for these to proc, things like that. Touch of the Grave. Death Coil heals you for 50% of the damage dealt. Oh, wow. That's not a small number, that's for sure. And then Umbilicus Eternus, maybe, question mark. I'm going to say that's how that's read. If it's not, my bad. But when Vampiric Blood expires, gain and absorb equal to 5 times the damage you dealt while Blood Plague during the duration. That's kind of so more and more reason to keep Blood Plague up, and you're going to want to try to do as much damage with Blood Plague, hence this one that I can't read. I think all in all, I mean, I know all of the artifact weapons have a lot of passive abilities in it, because this would be insane if all these were active skills. But I think, comparatively speaking to so many of the other artifact weapons we've gone over, not a whole lot of these abilities sound super exciting. So I think we'll have to wait and see what the Blood Death Knight rotation is and actual abilities and talent tree and such is. But I want to know if this is going to be one of those awkward points of fine-tuning to where effectiveness meets fun. Like, it's got to be a good mix of both. Something can't be only fun but not effective, because then it won't get used because it's not best in slot. But something can't be so good but boring, because then it's like, well, I'll use it because it's best in slot, but I'm not going to enjoy it. Like, there's got to be that balance between the two of, you know, making sure that all of the abilities and things you have are at least competitive with one another. Maybe not necessarily for all fights or situations, but to a point where you're going to get to use all different types of abilities. It's like swapping back and forth between, you know, Shockwave and Stormbolt as a warrior. You know, there's situations where Shockwave is not ideal. And then there's situations where it is the bread and butter of a fight and it will win games. So, that being said, just curious to see where Blood Death Knights are going to be. Don't really know if they'll have much of a place in PvP except in troll comps, or just trying to get carried or frustrate people enough to give me free conquest points. But that's yet to be seen. I'm curious how they will be tuned in PvP, because I don't think they should make it to where you can't PvP with blood, or shouldn't be able to, because that's not really fun either. I just want it to be tuned properly so it's not the most frustrating thing in the world to fight. I don't know, maybe I'm asking too much. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I do appreciate you bearing with me through all the tiredness and all of that. I just got off work a little bit ago and just had a lot of stuff to take care of before I was able to finally sit down and record. But we got our schedule here, 1 video a day, so I'll be darned if you guys aren't getting a video today. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Shooting for that 500 subs by summer, so I would appreciate your help getting there. If you haven't already, please do follow me on all the different social media platforms we have. I have a Facebook page where you are able to like that and be able to see when I post videos daily. Anytime I'm posting a video, I'm sharing it on the Facebook page there, so you can see it right there and not have to keep filtering through all of your stuff on YouTube if that's not your jam. You can also follow me on Twitter, where I post my videos as well, and you're able to keep in contact with me, whether you have suggestions or requests for videos or just want to comment on things. I love hearing from you guys. And you can also find my personal Instagram, which is filled with lots of food pictures and pictures of my dog, if that's your jam. But that's your disclosure. It is my personal Instagram, not necessarily one that's exclusively for this channel. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.